Hello, denizens of the warp, creatures of the night, and welcome to this special, you could say, spooky special of Rebel Rogue.
Rebel Rogue, Halloween special.
I would like to apologise if that intro caused anyone any serious distress. Upon first seeing that intro, which was made by a friend of the channel, I experienced some serious distress. It's absolutely terrifying. I'll get out of that awful grungy Batman voice. Go away. Right, yeah. So, today, for our spooky Halloween special, we will be painting this little zombie. I picked him up, thank you actually to Graham from Graham's workshop. I picked him up there. I sort of asked him a bit of advice on what I should do. I was thinking a zombie and he managed to pull this out for me. That was very nice of him. Or rather he found it, and of course I paid him for it. Wouldn't be a sustainable business model if I hadn't done. But yeah, so today we're going to be painting him. I don't really have much of a plan for this model. I don't usually have an awful lot of a plan for most of my models that I paint on this channel, but yeah, I'm going to be using one of the great secrets of the Citadel painting handle, I think, which is that it can hold square bases. So yeah, let's get to it. Now, what I do know is that I want the skin on this to be sort of rotten grey, slowly decaying grey. So I'm going to start with cold grey, and I will end up mixing this into other colours, but I think it's a good start. I'll probably mix it into Vallejo's Light Flash. I'll start with Vallejo Game Colour Cold Grey. This isn't so much of a tutorial as just a special where I'm going to be painting a miniature. So this is hopefully going to give us a nice dead skin look on all of these skin areas. Including on the face and bald head. Like so. Anyway, just as a quick aside, if you're enjoying enjoyed the first episode of the Mystery Models series, please do put it down in the comments below that you enjoyed it, and if you've just generally been enjoying videos, please put it down below. I read every comment and delete comments that are unhelpful, like when you criticise my video but give me no way of improving. Yeah, if you're going, just a quick note, if you're going to criticise my video, I have nothing against criticism, but I would prefer it if you did it in a constructive manner. So criticised it and then said, I don't like this, but I'd prefer this sort of thing. So where is his head? Yeah, that was just me getting distracted. Where's his head gone? Got an arm there, got a neck there. No clue where is he. Oh, there. Anyway, I'll finish off the skin and be back when it's done. So, I've pretty much finished the skin, and I'm now going to move on to the leather and pants, or trousers, as I should really be calling them. For this, I'm going to go with Vallejo model colour flat brown. And I'm going to paint this onto the little bracer thing and the trousers. Yeah. Hopefully this should be a nice contrast to the skin and sort of gives him a old-timey look. I feel like this is quite an old-timey what is it? Old-timey zombie, that's the word. Oh, that's an idea. That's a great idea, that. As we can't go out this Halloween, maybe I should make a house diorama, put this zombie on it and just have a sign that says "Keep off my lawn." Just have him warning little children away, telling them to go home. Certainly be creepy enough, get me to go home. I'm not intending on going out anyway, I've got too many videos to make. I've got, what is it, Raven Guard video to do, an Iron Hands video to do, an Imperial Fists video to somehow save, because I'm making a mess after mess after mess of the, or rather I really can't be bothered, can't be chewed to do the yellow armour, so that may wait until New Year. Oh yeah. This is actually being recorded, what is it, Friday? Halloween's on next Saturday. So what we're a week and a day early. The advanced layering video has just gone out and I've been having a look at how it's doing. It's not doing too bad, 9 views, which, considering most of my videos, no, what is it, 11 views, first 3 hours or something, that's not bad. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the shirt. And for the shirt, I'm going to paint it in, let's go with bone white. I want some sort of greasy white shirt sort of thing. So I'm going to go with bone white. And then I'm going to highlight it up. I'm thinking I might label this video as a tag, how to paint poxwalkers, because it might work decently for that, and again I might not. So if I have done, and you are here because you want to see how to paint poxwalkers, well, for all intents and purposes this is a poxwalker. If you're here because it's a Halloween special, then for all intents and purposes this is a zombie. I'll probably need a second coat, which I'll do off camera when I've got all the base coats down. Next colour, I think I'll go with, actually I'm just going to apply that bone white to the leg bones. No, bones and all that. Rotting flesh and bones. There will actually be a couple of weeks after this video is released. There's hopefully going to be another special coming along for Friday 13th. It will probably use the same intro, just minus the Halloween special bit. So yeah, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, I'm doing something different. Wow, change. I think I've sort of settled into a good pattern with my videos. Nice long series, how to paint different things of the same thing. Might do one on orcs. Yeah, Necron dynasties, but at the minute Space Marine chapters, so yeah. Anyway, next colour, let's go with Scorched Brown. That was just a bit of a tunnel section falling off my stack of paints. Been making some tunnels for when I playtest an RPG. hopefully going to be the second game as part of that. I haven't even played the first game yet, but prepped stuff for the second. And I'm going to paint the shoes in scorched brown. Hopefully get some spooky music to play in the background. Where's that? I have to remember not to hum on camera, otherwise someone will copyright strike me. You may have heard a very faint whistling of something that definitely wasn't Halls of the Mountain King. Don't even know if the copyright on that's still valid, but that definitely was not there. It wasn't intentional, nor was it actually very long. And you probably couldn't hear it because of the spooky backing music. Right, I'm going to leave this to dry and continue with the other bits. As you can see, I have been painting other stuff in between doing this, but I've also put a second layer on the, what do you call it, shirt. Now I'm going to move on to paint the blade of the knife. Chopping thing, and for this I'm going to be using Vallejo's model metallic gunmetal. Now, I discovered recently, as in yesterday, it was actually quite a while ago. What is it now? Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday now, so it's been a while since I painted this. But I discovered yesterday that this is actually really, really good as a metallic colour. Not only does it dry, not quite as shiny as some other metallics. For example, I was painting this Primaris Lieutenant, and you can see I used it on the metal here. It's not quite as shiny, it's a bit more matte, but it still shines, and it also applies really nicely. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe I should get some more Model Air metallic colours, because I do like it. And I'm just going to apply that to the blade. You can see it applies really smoothly. I'd say it might possibly apply better over grey. That's what I was applying it over a zenithal, whereas here I'm straight black. But as you can see, it does apply nicely. Yeah, applying it over grey probably has something to do with it. Recommendation, if you're going to use this, maybe apply it over grey. I'm also going to paint the belt buckle, wherever that is. Paint in the vicinity of the belt buckle. Right, with that silver done, I think all that's left to do is the hair, beard thing, and then the teeth and all that. I'm going to paint the hair white. Right, colour the grey. Right, for the beard I'm going to use Vallejo Game Colour Ghost Grey. And apply it from there. Apply it to the beard just to give a sort of white that's not quite white. And of course when I apply a wash to this it will be darkened down quite significantly. There we are. I think I'm also going to apply a bit of Vallejo model colour flat earth, if I can find it. There. Apply a bit of that to the back handle of the blade, along with probably a bit of metallic on the final bit of the hilt. Oh, come on. I'm also realising now that I've got a painting Raven Guard and a painting Iron Hands videos to do. A couple of videos there to do. That'll be fun. There we are. There we are. With a bit of, coming back in with a bit of silver on the hilt. Right, I'll let this dry and then we can come back in to do the, well, then we can apply a black wash to it. So, now that the model is dry and the paint on the model is dry, we can move on to applying washes. For this, I think I'm going to go with a brown wash on everything apart from the skin, and I'm just going to leave the skin because I want it to be quite pale. The brown wash I'm going to be using is Citadel's Agrax Earthshade. You could use a brown wash from another brand, for example Army Painter's Strong Tone. So, take a bit of paint, wash, apply it quite liberally across all the parts. I do want it to be quite grungy and grimy. I'm thinking I should probably get some oil paints and white spirits and do an oil wash on something. Thought it might be an interesting experiment. People seem to be quite liking oil paints nowadays for miniature painting. I like to stick to my good old acrylics, mainly because, well, A, I haven't got any oil paints, and B, well, don't like the idea. I actually like working quite fast, speed painting. Even with stuff that I'm painting to a high standard, I can still paint it quickly, for the main reason being that the paint dries quickly, whereas oil paint takes ages to dry. And by the way, this is not a speeded up clip. This is the sort of speed I can work at. Mainly because I'm panicking about getting this video up in time. And then the other videos, and then the Q&A thing I've got, and yeah. A lot of stuff. Anyway, there we are. All done. I'll wait for this to dry, and then we can come back and do some highlighting. So, the wash has now dried, and we can now start applying some more colours. The first colour I'm going to apply is Bone White to the shirt again. Or should I go with a khaki? No, I think I'll go with Bone White. Now I'm going to apply this with quite a small brush because I just want sort of more of an edge highlight. Still layering, but less resetting a base coat and more layering. So yeah, I'm going to go with a size 0 from the cheap sable brushes I got. No, it's got a hideous point on it. Why did I think that's a good idea? Now scratch that, I'm going to go with a Humbrol size 0 because I know it's got a decent point on it. It's also quite nice and small. It's not necessarily synthetic, it's not sable, but it almost acts like it is. So I'm just going to apply it. Very careful highlights. Yes, in the edges. Just to brighten it up a bit. I don't really want a bright shirt detracting from the rest of the model. Okay, that's ended up a bit more all over than I would have liked. I'm now going to do the same sort of thing using flat brown on the trousers. Yeah, let's keep them rich brown. I'm going to go with the charred brown again for the shoes. And the belt. Well. I think on the edge of the blade I'm going to apply some more of the gunmetal colour, just to give it a bit of a shine. Make it appear like it's been used. And a bit across the top. It's more of a highlight. There we are. Now for the skin. I'm going to mix cold grey, which I think is what I used, with a bit of Vallejo's light flesh, if I can find it. Alright. Light flesh. In a sort of 50-50 mix, to create some sort of weird off-bone colour. I'll come back when I've done it. So I've mixed a sort of grey flesh tone. It's a bit lighter than 50-50 because I do sort of want it to appear slightly mildly fleshy. And I'm just going to highlight all of the muscles and the muscle groups. And of course highlight the face. So that's it pretty much done. Or is this particular set of layering pretty much done? Don't knock it off the grip. And now I'm going to highlight the bones around the leg here. And to do that, I'm going to take bone white, but I'm going to mix it with a little bit of white to create a slightly lighter colour than just straight bone white, because I wanted to appear slightly different to the shirt. Oh, where's the paint? some sort of mad scientist trying to come up with a perfect paint colour. Now I'm going to just highlight the most prominent bones. I'm also going to take that white, not the bone white, but just the white. Pick out the most prominent areas on this beard. Very fine lines. I'm also going to take the colour I used for the skeleton, the little bones, and paint the teeth in. Very fine line. Quickly pick out the lip with the grey colour. And the face. Now I'm going to take a bit of Mephiston red and I'm going to just apply a tiny bit . Tiny bit to the tongue, it's just sticking out the side here. And finally, because I think the skin's dry now, I'm going to apply a very fine highlight of light flesh to all of the skin areas. The most prominent areas on the skin, and also the bits that are facing the light. Areas like the brow, cheekbones, tops of the ears. Tops of the muscles. Don't know how people paint it like that. with that, this model is pretty much complete. The final part I'm going to do is apply a base to it, do a bit of basing, which I will get sorted and be back for in a minute. The base on this model, I'm going to be using some finely ground soil or dirt and some Java sand flock. What was it? It's Jarvis Scatter number 70 Summer Mixture. And it's that's going to be used quite sparingly. And I'm going to be using hot chocolate to glue it down. This is technically builder's grade PVA glue, but it's in a hot chocolate pot. Come on, mix up the filthy water stains. Now to apply it, I'm going to take an old brush, just sit around on the base. Like so. Bit on there. A little bit down the side there. There we are. I'm then going to take some of this finely ground soil. I'm going to take it off the handle because it doesn't need to be on there. Get myself covered in glue. Take a tiny bit of this finely ground soil and sprinkle it around the base. I'm going to tap it. Remove any excess. Do sort of want it to be covered in a little bit of earth itself. Then I'm going to take just a tiny amount of Jarvis Scatter. This is what I use to base all my Middle Earth miniatures. But for my 40k stuff, it's more sort of earth and blasted wasteland. Again, same sort of process. Just have to remove the excess. Go with this one, I'm just going to put them all on and then tap it all off, like so. I'm then going to wait for this to dry and then apply a bit of watered down PVA glue to it, just to hold everything in place. Come on. There we are. I'm then going to paint, once the watered down PVA glue is dry, actually no, I'll just paint the base rim now and I'll paint the final details now. I'm going to paint the base rim black, and for that I'm going to use some just Vallejo black, and the final detail I'll come back for. The final thing that I'm going to do is apply some blood for the blood god across this model. I'm going to be applying it to the blade of the model and a little bit of splattering around the face, just to give us this horror sort of thing. So I'm going to be applying it like this, trying to build up as much colour as I can around the actual edge of the blade. Like so. Then I'm going to apply a little bit of splattering on the face. A little bit, if I've got a nice, well, around there and there. And I think we need a couple of bit of splattering on these fingers. I think they were under a bit of blood. And I'm going to take a little bit of it. A drop of water to it. A bit of blood soaking in the ground. Just to give us the proper horror look. Creature from the pit. Is that what I'm saying? With that, the model is now completely done. I do hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please make sure you give it a like, and if you really loved it, please make sure to subscribe to Rebel Rogue for more videos like this, and videos where I paint Space Marines, Necrons. Basically, it's a whole lot of painting tutorials on a variety of different things, as well as occasionally some really wacky things. If any of that sounds good, the button is right down there. You can just go and click it. It costs you absolutely nothing. And I hope to see you for the next video. Thank you and happy Halloween.